Hello, it's Leah here. How is everyone doing and how are your pre-Christmas days? I bet you're preoccupied with Christmas shopping and Christmas decorating and also Christmas crafting like I am. But I finished my last project for this season and I'm gonna show you and I'm gonna show it to you very shortly. Okay, enough talking about December and stuff like that. I know what you want to see. You want to see my new project that I created. It's like beautiful Christmas album that I made with graphic 45 papers. Uh, the papers are joy to the world. Yeah, and what I use for this album is one 12 by 12 papers and solids pad and one patterns. No, I'm so confused right now. One 8 by 8 paper pad and one paper solids and patterns pad, and also ephemera cards. This tutorial will be in my Etsy store. It already is, and because it's Christmas time, it's almost Christmas time, so I'm gonna give you some present, and I will give this tutorial on discount for 30% off. Not just this tutorial, all my tutorials will be 30% off. I'm gonna put the dates in description for how long for how long all my tutorials will be on sale. So yeah, this is something to say thank you to all of you. I so enjoyed making this album and I'm so happy how it turned out, and I cannot wait to show it to you, and it looks so beautiful. So please come closer. This time I tried to do something different with my covers. Usually I want to cover all the cover with pattern paper or fabric or whatever, so I didn't leave any extra I didn't leave any space. But this time I tried only with like some shapes and ephemera card, and to see how it's gonna look like, and I think it turned out very well. These shapes that you can see, they're covered in a fabric that looks like leather. It's not leather, but it's imitation of leather. And here is ephemera card adhered on a piece of chipboard that is covered with the same fabric. And down here is a piece of paper. The frame that you see down here was actually white, but then I painted it and used some antique cream on top of it, and in the middle is an image from the paper. So I think it looks so great, and it just gives that it would look so boring without this frame. Down here and up here you can see these beautiful rhinestones, and they look so Christmassy. They're just gorgeous. This metal embellishment with this little picture inside is like from years ago. I don't really remember which company made this embellishment, and it looks so elegant, I think. And down here there are 3 rhinestones also. I think it looks perfect. This beautiful flower, it's made of fabric. I didn't make it. I don't know really what company makes it. I think it's Prima. And it looks and it matches so well with the color in this paper. And now I'm gonna take it to the inside of this album. Here, like I told you before, this album has 3 inner pages. They're double-sided. Actually, they're double-sided. And here, the front cover, inside front cover, I didn't do anything, no flaps and or pockets. I just covered cover with papers, and here is a ephemera card, and this is an image from the paper. On page 1, you have this beautiful frame. I made this frame with a chipboard, and then I covered it with white fabric. I covered it with white. It is white fabric. And then on the top is a paper, and this is a ephemera card. These corners I cut with a punch. For all of you that don't have a punch, I made the measurements that you can cut yourself. And here you open this flap, and you open, and then you have on the inside you have another flap that coordinates with upper flap. And look at that, this flaps coordinates like all these papers, and this white cardstock represents a photo. So you just take this off and you place your okay, you are not gonna take it off because you're gonna cut a photo and place it where the cardstock is here in my album. Before, I forgot to tell you that I also used one 12 by 12 paper only with borders and images. So this is the only paper that I used from 12 by 12 size. So let's move back to the album, and here is another flap on the bottom, and you can see it's again for place for a photo, and this all is adhered on a larger flap, and this flap opens, and then you have here spaces for a photo, and here I cut the edges, I mean the corners of upper paper, and then here you have another flap, and then here is a tag where you can place your photo, and this opens and you have another more spaces for your photos. So this was page 1, and let's go to page 2. Oh, and you know what? Why December is also the happiest month of the year for me? Because I was born in December, between Christmas Day and between New Year's Eve. So yeah, that's one more reason why I'm so happy. Okay, here is page 2, and then we have here a pocket, and in the pocket is a tag, and here is another embellishment. Like I said before, I don't remember the company that made this embellishments, and here is a flap that opens, and down here is a flap with a pocket, and this flap opens down, and you have here, you're gonna place your photo, and then here another photo, and then this closes, and this tag, I mean this photo mat, holds this together. So this one flips to the side, and then inside you have two smaller flaps that will also open, and you can place photos here where you see cardstock, and these flaps open to the side, and you can see how it looks. I mean the inside looks the same, and here is a page with a beautiful ephemera card, and here is a space for a photo. So this was page 2, and let's move to page 3. The reason why I took the inner part out was that way, you know, when you make less paper, and with less paper you make less weight. So, and when you don't have to stack paper on paper, and you know, then images or photos, so you just cut it out, and then you place in the middle your photo or image or whatever. So that way you're just gonna save space and weight. And here inside is a tag, so I created the frame the same way. I cut out the middle part, and then I just adhere the paper in the middle, instead of just stacking on top of, like, if you can imagine, they're like one paper and then another paper, and then here is like another paper. So if you can imagine, if this would be like the whole part, then it will be one paper on paper, then there's gonna be like 3 papers stacked on each other, plus a photograph, because here is gonna be a photograph on this paper. So you actually save space and also weight. And then here are 3 rhinestones on the top and bottom, and then you open this flap, and then here on the inside is attached photo mat, and then again here is the same frame that I created before, and here on the inside is another flap and the same thing, frame, and in the frame there are like space for a photograph, and here is ephemera card for journaling. Okay, so when you open the flap, you have the same thing, a frame, and here in the middle is paper, and you just place your photograph on the paper, or you can just leave it as it is, just for decoration purposes, and here you can place photographs just on this side, on that side. So you don't have to always place photographs on pattern papers. You can just show off, I mean, you can just show beautiful papers, and then you close all these flaps, and we will move to the next page. Excuse me, ladies. I like chocolate. I need to take a bite because I have very tough cameraman with me, so it drives me crazy. So I needed some energy. I needed something. So on this page, it's here on the inside of this flap, I created the same frames like I did before, and here in the middle I placed a beautiful ephemera card. You can leave this ephemera card as it is, or you can place your photograph here in the middle. And I created two tags. The bottom tag is made with pattern paper, and this tag is made with it's made with an image from, I think it's from 12 by 12 paper. And then on the inside, look at that, these flaps match, like all this paper match, and it really looks nice. So you have here space for photograph, and the same on this side. And here you have, I don't know how you call it, or accordion flap or double flap, whatever it works, but let's say it's accordion flap, and this flap would open, and here you have, see, the same spread, and then you open accordion flap, and then you have here on the inside, like it's the same, they're matted the same way, just the opposite direction. And then you open the accordion flap to this side, and you have here again, like you can see so many room for photographs. And then you have here, these two images are from 12 by 12 paper. So then you close this back, and this flap closes over accordion flap. So the next page, and on the next page I created two flaps, and these are smaller flaps that are attached on a pocket. And you can see here on the front is space for journaling. It's ephemera card, and here is I created this frame. And then you open this one and you place like smaller photographs here, and here these beautiful images are from 12 by 12 paper. And this flap opens, and then you have you can see they're matted the same way. And here in the middle you can do whatever you want, or instead of ephemera card for journaling, you can place your photo, or you can place another ephemera card with an image. So whatever you wanna do. So I just felt, because there's so many pictures are gonna be on each side, I just felt like space for journaling would be great to describe this paper, these photos on each side. And you close these flaps, and then here is a pocket, and in the pocket is photo mat, and this photo mat has an image, and this image is from 8 by 8 paper. And here is space for a photograph, and then you place this back inside, and then the pocket is actually adhered on this smaller flap, and these two flaps on the inside are actually the same, and they look like tags. And so, like you can see, this pocket with flaps, smaller flaps, is actually attached on one of these flaps. And then you open them, and you can see they're matted the same way with the same papers. And here in the middle is again ephemera card, and you can use something else. You can place photograph here or ephemera card for journaling, so it's optional. And then you close this, and we are gonna move to another page. And the last page, I created two flaps, smaller flaps. They also look like tags, the same like these two flaps here, but these flaps are from the side. They open on each side, and on this page, these flaps that look like tags, they open up and down. And this add-on that I created is actually attached on top flap, and the add-on, as you can see here, is ephemera card for journaling, but you can place your photograph here, or you can place photograph here, or you can journal. So both ways will work. And here is little tag, little image from I think 8 by 8 paper, and up here is what is that? Rhinestone. Yeah. Okay, and this add-on has 2 flaps. So this upper flap opens this way, and look at that, it's so beautiful. So spaces for photographs, and then on the inside you have more rooms for photographs. You know what I like to do? Like if you place lots of photographs on the inside of flaps, so then it's always good that you place like some image or ephemera card or whatever on like on the front. All right, and then here bottom flap, it opens down, and then here you have ephemera card for journaling, and then you place photographs on both of these papers. And this is all. And here is the back cover. I did the same as on the front cover. I just covered it with papers, and then I created a frame and placed a ephemera card in the middle. And here is the tag from 8 by 8 paper. So this is all for today. That's my Christmas this is my Christmas project, and I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I also hope you got inspired, and maybe you're gonna create one of your own for Christmas. If you like this album and if you got inspired, you can get my tutorial in my Etsy store. Oh my god, this cat. Okay ladies, we came to an end of this video, and also the end of the year is coming. So I would like to wish all of you happy, Merry Christmas. So stay warm wherever you are. Be merry, be happy, love each other, not just in December and on holidays, but throughout the year. And also I wish all of you happy New Year, and I wish all the best to all of you and to your families. And I hope you're still be coming back to my channel to watch my projects, and see you soon next year, I hope.